Moon Club podcast number 236, YouTube version. Main podcast will start in about 10 minutes? 8 minutes.
6 minutes left. Oh, damn it, Dex.
See, you bring a box.
Hey,
I'm gonna start lifting.
Lifting?
Yeah? Do you even lift, bro?
Done that yet?
See, that dog is on. He's like my backup. Make sure that everybody knows. Then make yourself useful, full source of more shops. How's everything been going for you?
Decent.
I think Jax might have to GLOUT. He got a leash.
He's been out.
Has it?
Yeah.
Well, hell, it's like 60 degrees out. You know, right?
Absolutely.
I want to go out, but it's temperature's going to drop pretty drastically.
Is it?
That's what they're saying. I don't know who they are, but they
It's just
said
them.
that. God. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A microphone check. A little misdirection. Check out the microphone and our connection. It's like I'm explicit the way I kick it. You don't want to hear it, well, don't get with it. Pass it. Remember when Pepsi used to be the choice of the new generation or the next generation?
Yeah, I remember.
What's it the choice of now?
Oh, no. Is that a rhetorical question, or do you have an answer?
I wish I had all the answers, but that's one that eludes me. But I used to drink, I loved when the Pepsi challenge was going on, because like you could just go anywhere and get free soda.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not sure. Let me hit that Coke again.
Let me taste that again. How do you know it's Coke? Plus you get all the free swag.
Oh yeah. You'd be like, oh, give me A again.
Hey.
She's probably about here.
Duty calls. We're not talking about duty. Come here, Jax. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here, Jax. I didn't say bark, I said come here. Holy cow. What's going on, all you YouTubers as well? Back to school. If I knew what I was saying, then I would have said it. You would have heard it here first. Austin's getting high, and he's getting ready to pour us all some drinks. Pour us all some of that peach jam bean, peach crown. We got Jax the dog here with us. Where my dogs at? Evidently he's peeing on the couch. Mark that territory, boy. I guess that's a good dog. This particular podcast could be brought to you by Reese's. I mean, it could be if they were actually our sponsors, which they're not, but they are damn good. And I heard you can get these almost anywhere, just like even in a bank. So figure it out. Reese's, what do you want to do? We reach at least 4 or 5 people a week. You know, half of them people could be potential customers. 25 solid people a year. I'm just saying, it's out there. That would be Jax. He's jacked about something. MJ's taking care of business, and we're creeping up on 6 o'clock. I'm going to step out here and pour these drinks and be back in time for the podcast to start. We also could be sponsored by Pepsi Cola, the choice of our generation.
I don't know. I think Coke is more in right now.
I have to disagree with you.
Alexa, Echo, which is better, Coke or Pepsi?
Here's something I found on the web. According to termpaperwarehouse.com, Pepsi is the better beverage because it consumes less sodium rather than Coca-Cola
Sorry,
does.
what was that, Austin?
What the fuck does that bitch know? Oh. She cut me off again.
Making angels.
I'm giving out wings.
She paints her eyes as black as night. And pulls those shades down. Oh, that was an interesting bark. Dicks. Let's use our inside voice. I think that was your inside voice, actually. So, kudos. I believe MJ is getting ready to come up here. We're going to kick this thing off here. Here we go again. Looking better than the body has.
Alright, we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Shots are on. It's alright, man. You're doing business, making money. Executive producing style. Speaking of, I love those Moon Club ball games.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah. Another one.
Boom. Dropping it. Like them moon plugs too.
Have you ever gone by SJ?
Here.
Yeah. Jack has called you SJ too.
Yeah. Well, and that was something we decided, and if you remember, we learned that about each other very early on, that we all had the same, different initial, but same middle.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
Yes. We were walking down the alley.
We could have been.
We probably like 12, 13.
Probably.
I was 12. Yeah. You didn't like me at first.
No, we loved you.
No. No, because my mom would be like, hang out with your little brother. And they'd be like, alright, fuck. I don't want you, but I will.
Yeah, I think the only thing that was really uncomfortable, usually at that time you were getting out of the tub, we just start making
Cock ring on.
Yeah, it's like, come on, play with my...
Play with your brother.
So we're supposed to do sword fight?
You ever heard that, skit with a cock and ball? Play with your cock and ball. You know what I'm talking about?
You got a couple?
It was an Adam Sandler skit.
I'm not big on that. He's got too much money.
He's what?
He's got too much money?
He's got too much money for you?
Yeah.
Well, let's play that game. You guess how much he's worth. I'll guess how much he's worth. We'll see who's closer.
$256 million.
MJ? What are you talking about? Adam Sandler. Worth.
46 million.
I'm gonna go 350. Echo. How much is Adam Sandler worth?
Adam Sandler is worth an estimated $420 million
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from
salary
MJ's
of
Las Vegas
$20
apartment
million
and worldwide on
Echo,
YouTube
stop.
and Facebook Live, this is the Moon Club Podcast with AJ, MJ, and SJ.
I couldn't find
The
any
Moon Club will
other
talk
video
about
skills
anything under
that
the
can
moon,
do
no
that.
subject will ever
Go to the
be
Alexa
taboo.
app to manage your video skills and devices.
Where the fuck was I?
Nothing will be taboo.
Too taboo. That song does get better every time I hear it.
Well, shall we?
What's the state of the moon, brother?
The state of the moon is, it is currently 6:04 p.m. The moon comes up at 4:32 a.m. tonight, and it goes down at 3:09 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. It is currently 16% illuminated. It is waxing crescent, so it's leaving us. It is 376,336 kilometers away from us. It is 26 days old, and it is going from Capricorn to Aquarius tonight. Whatever the fuck that means.
Testing. Mic check.
MJ, you know
Microphone
you skipped
check.
your introduction, right? About, you know,
Yeah, I heard that she was talking. Alright,
Sorry.
well, I guess we're not gonna have a fucking,
Apple? We are experiencing technical difficulties
Well,
with
our
the golden
sponsor.
microphone.
we have no sponsor this gig, this way around.
Well, by the way,
Steve, how illuminated are you?
I am fully illuminated thanks to Thunder Cookies by Revolution Turp Tank. It's the way to go. Took it on your pen, you ain't gotta do it again.
And that's how you fucking cut a promo right there, MJ.
every stories.
Bada bang. Moving right along.
You guys hear the stuff with Piers Morgan and Meghan Markle?
No, but I'm very interested.
I guess they used to be friends. They were casual friends, and after she got married to Prince Harry, she ghosted him, and he's on Good Morning Great Britain, and so he was slamming her today with the Oprah interview, and I don't think she said anything, but since then he's quit the morning show.
Why?
One of the other news broadcasters actually called him out right in the middle of the show. Like, I know she ghosted you, but you shouldn't be going after her like this. And Piers Morgan's like, he got up and he walked out.
Pierce
It's like-
Morgan?
Feels like
Yeah.
Okay, I
Feels
thought
like
you
we're
said
hearing, like-
Pierce Brosnan.
part of the story here. I don't think that's everything. That can't be everything.
No, but you know the oils.
I could have it summarized for us.
I don't think that's necessary.
Let's see how easy it would be for me to do.
Now, when you talk about summarizing, is that just making?
Will no longer be published because they contain.
Okay, I've got it.
What is it? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Criticism, so she runs away. She was voicing that so many people found it hilarious that this morning on Good Morning Britain, one of Piers Morgan's colleagues, co-host Alex Beresford, criticizing Piers Morgan on the air, and Piers apparently couldn't handle it and walked off stage.
I understand that you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it so clear a number of times on this program, a number of times. And I understand that you've got a personal relationship with Meghan Markle, or had one, and she cut you off. She's entitled to cut you off if she wants to. Has she said anything about you since she cut you off? I don't think she has, but yet you continue to trash her.
Okay, I'm done with this.
No, no, no.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
So, do you know what? That's
You get
pathetic.
trash me, baby, not mine.
No, 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 no.
See you later.
I'm being...
Sorry, can't
This
do
is
it.
absolutely diabolical behaviour.
And also, if you're wondering what that personal beef is
I think,
about, apparently
listen
back
to
in
this part.
2018, he wrote a piece for the Daily Mail where he said that Meghan ghosted him in 2015. I mean, I know Piers Morgan.
I think Piers Morgan's a piece of shit anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never
he-
liked them that much anyway. Isn't that his thing though, kind of being an asshole?
Yeah, he kind of like, the guy's
Jumped off
British,
Simon.
right? Is he
Yeah,
British?
yeah, yeah.
And
He is. Can't you tell with his heavy
Yeah, he
accent?
comes over to America and he starts like acting like he's the
Simon Cowell.
answer to everybody's problems. Like
Right.
he looks down his nose at everybody like he's this
He's gonna give you tough
smug
love.
asshole.
Yeah.
Like we should send somebody like Vin Diesel over to Britain and then tell them everything that they're doing wrong, right?
Right.
Like,
We should definitely say
Yeah.
that.
You know who I would like to have come to America and give it to us the way they see it is Russell Brand.
okay.
Yeah, because I mean, at least I agree with everything he says.
I don't know about everything, but I definitely respect his opinion. He's a very
Intelligent guy.
thoughtful, you know, like he doesn't just say stuff. He backs it up with why he thinks that way, and
Yeah.
I could listen to that dude.
There's the BBC interview he does with this one guy that was trying to come over the top of him, and fucking Russell Brand just shuts him down. You know.
All right, so we've got
What the F?
6 Dr. Seuss books taken out of circulation. You see this? You hear about this?
No books should be taken out of
Well, no.
circulation.
That's just gonna
6
make him worth more
children's
money,
books
right?
written by Dr. Seuss will no longer be published because they contain racist and insensitive imagery. That's according to the company set up to preserve the author's legacy, who said on Tuesday that, quote, "These books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong." Among the books to be pulled from shelves are McGilligot's Pool and To Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street and If I Ran the Zoo.
Well, there-
The books are among more than 60 written by Dr. Seuss, the pen name of Theodore Geisel, who died in 1991. The books, originally published between 1937 and 1976, contain numerous caricatures of Asian and black people that incorporate stereotypes that have been criticized as racist.
Huh,
But to
maybe
some,
it's-
the decision fed into frustration with what they see as, quote, cancel culture.
What people need to realize is if Dr. Seuss can get canceled, what can't be?
No shit.
It's just a trail of censorship that's ridiculous at this point.
Dr. Seuss Enterprises said it worked with a panel of experts, including educators, to review its catalog and made the decision last year to end publication and licensing. It chose to
But I
make the
guess green
announcement
eggs
on
and
March
ham is
2nd,
alright,
the
right?
anniversary of Geisel's birth in
For now.
1904.
For now.
His most famous
They can
books,
put it
The
up
Cat
on
in
the
the
cross.
Hat and Green Eggs and Ham, were not on the list of books that will be yanked from publication.
There was some senator that actually read Green Eggs and Ham like recently.
Sam I am.
No, it was. You guys didn't see that?
So
It was-
we used to
It was trending.
joke about, because when Alex and Cassie were kids, we lived on Mulberry Street, and we would joke and we would read that book, and we joked that we see a lot worse stuff on Mulberry Street than
What's in the book?
Dr. Seuss did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Le Pepe Le Pew get shot in my front yard.
You saw a skunk get shot?
No, he wasn't a skunk. He was a little black kid.
Oh. Oh.
Le Pepe Le Pew. Not Pepe. Pepe Le Pew is the skunk, right?
Yeah.
You know, he got canceled too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
He's
gonna
a
be.
sexist.
He was going to be in the new Space Jam movie, and they took him out because he promotes rape culture.
I guess he's like in the movie though, he was like grabbing some girl's hand and like basically insinuating that he wanted to sleep with her or something.
I think the way the story was written is that he was going to, be doing something like that, and I think it was LeBron James was going to coach him up on how to treat women. Like, you don't do that, right?
I think he goes to smack her and LeBron James like grabs his hand.
But I think
We won't see that now. Of
I
course.
think that there was a director change, and the new director didn't want it in the movie.
Yeah, Chris
Take it
Shenton.
fired.
Chris Shenton just wrote on Facebook, Pierce Morgan has been fired, but I think he chose to step down. I don't know. Is it official, Chris, that he actually got fired? He said both breaking news.
We break the hard-hitting shit right here on the Moon Club
Yeah,
podcast.
we're talking about.
You heard it here first.
We're talking about over in the UK, and here's one of our friends from the UK, Christopher Shenton. He's been on the podcast a few times.
We were chatting it up this afternoon, me and Chris.
Were you?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, one of everybody's favorite Democrats from 8 months ago, he was a favorite, right? He was talking shit about Trump and everybody loved him. New York Democrat Chris Cuomo.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
now Trump is gone and they're coming for him, aren't they?
Dude, it's so easy to be fucking canceled nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, you know what? Apparently this guy,
Published
he might
accusation
just be a
against
snake
New
in the
York
grass.
Governor
Yeah,
Andrew
he was
Cuomo comes with a picture published in today's New York Times. On the left, Anna Ruck at a 2019 wedding where she just met Cuomo. She tells the Times he put his hand on her bare lower back. She removed his hand with her own. Then he placed his hands on her cheeks and asked, "Can I kiss you?" Confused and embarrassed, Ruck says, "I turned my head away and didn't have words in that moment."
So I blew it.
Unlike Cuomo's other two accusers, Ruck did not work for the governor or the state. For New York Democratic Congresswoman Kathleen Rice, it was enough.
Sounds like he's just a
Tweeting,
ladies'
"The
man.
time has come, the governor
know?
must resign."
Is that
New
bad?
York City Mayor Bill de Blasio today
Nowadays,
would
that
not
is.
go that far.
If these allegations are true, he cannot govern. He would not be able to govern. It's as simple as that.
Cuomo stayed out of sight in Albany,
Got the
aides
butt
pointing
chin.
to his earlier apology that said, "I never inappropriately touched anybody and I never propositioned anybody." That didn't stop Julia Salazar and 5 other state senators from calling for Cuomo's impeachment.
I don't think that it's possible for the governor to continue
Well, I
in
would
his
inappropriately
position
touch her for
while
sure.
he
Yeah.
is under this
A
investigation.
lot of things he said, I don't think are inappropriate.
Protesters want Cuomo out, but the head of the state Democratic Party says an independent investigator
It
is
almost
best
seems
for
like if
everyone,
you were told that
including the
exact story,
What we
governor's
usually do is we
accusers.
watch the video and then we
Okay.
comment it when it's over.
I thought it was over.
That seems to work a lot better.
It seems like if you told that exact story about how he grabbed her and he asked her if he can kiss you or whatever, it's like if your grandma was to tell that story about how her and her grandfather met.
Bill
then
Clinton's
they were-
like, he did what?
Yeah.
What did he do?
I guess he touched her on her
You
lower
think
back.
they're gonna come for Bill Clinton?
He touched her on her lower back, and
They would have to
That's the
eventually,
case.
right? Eventually they'll have to.
Yeah.
Well, there's already been enough said about Bill, right?
Yeah.
He just kind of lays low.
Yeah. Is he still like he's together, right? Like he's not like lost his mind or he's not.
He seems pretty.
Yeah, he's just vegan.
Yeah.
He's vegan.
Yeah,
No McDonald's fan?
I don't believe so.
Wasn't he a big McDonald's fan?
At one time, he might have been, but he did not have sex.
Yeah,
with
Christopher
that
Shetton
woman.
was just saying, what about SpaceX 10, the model, this serial number 10, blew up. I watched it land, and then I turned the YouTube channel off, and apparently it crashed 5 minutes later, which fucking sucks.
And they're selling tickets right now for 11. If anyone
I
wants
think 11's
Everybody
already
jump
built.
on?
buy a ticket.
I said 11's already built.
Wouldn't it be
No.
Space XI? See that kid there?
It's
It's a Roman numeral joke.
Okay,
Very-
yeah.
okay. Well, maybe he'll do that.
Yeah.
He's clever like that.
Do you think so? I mean, I know he's rich. He's definitely smart.
Yeah,
But
he's
is
rich.
he clever? Does he have quick wit?
I've got this
Yeah.
story of this doctor that was summoned to Zoom court. Have you seen this? You heard about this?
I have not.
Yes, sir. Officer
There's
Monroe,
something that's
Mr.
going on
Green.
all over, right?
Check this out.
Elizabeth Ramirez, is she part of this case?
Yes.
Oh, people are just coming in. What I'm looking at is Scott Douglas Green's case number 20 TRO 95795. I believe Officer Monroe is present on this case as well. So unless I'm mistaken, I'm seeing a defendant that's in the middle of an operating room appearing to be actively engaged in providing services to a patient. Is that correct, Mr. Green?
Yes, sir.
Or should I say Dr. Green, but I don't know that.
Okay, that's
So,
okay.
I do not feel comfortable for the welfare of a patient if you're in the process of operating that I would put on a trial, notwithstanding the fact that the officer's here today. What's,
So I have another surgeon right here who's doing the surgery with me, so I can stand here and allow them to do the surgery also.
Not at all. I don't think so. I don't think that's appropriate. I think I'm going to come up with a different date when you're not actively involved or participating in attending to the needs of the patient. Let me see if I can get a different date here.
So
it pans over and he's in his kitchen. He just got the mask on and
he was actively involved in a surgery, and he was like doing court. Like I kind of gotta respect the guy. He's like, fuck it, man. Especially like, what was it for? That's what I want to know. Like, was it for like a chicken shit parking ticket or something?
Or was it a double bypass? You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, what was the ticket for?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, and we can do some research.
Yeah. So I kind of like the cut of this guy's jib. He's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it, court. I got a surgery. I'm gonna go ahead and do the surgery and zoom on in. And
How long has it been though since you go to court like this though? You know?
I've never done it. I've never done that.
Right. I always gotta go down to the fucking courthouse. You know what? It sucks going down there too because you start seeing all these people that doing high school. Yeah, it's like a class reunion every time I go to the courthouse.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like someone said, oh, hey, what's going on?
What's up, Kevin Braun? Mr. Braun is
What you in
watching.
for, man?
You know, what
What
I
you up to,
found
Kev?
interesting, and I mean, that's going on all over, is with the Zoom courts and all that. It's just, it does blow your mind, you know, people, you know, what, there's probably a million, not doctors, but a million different, you know, instances that could be humorous or found humorous, you know, with court and stuff.
Absolutely. Like, sometimes it would probably be interesting to just go and sit in a courtroom all day. Cause you can do that,
Right,
you know,
yeah,
and just like, just see what happens there.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Jackson.
What about the Zoom call though? I mean, you couldn't do that now, but back then, yeah, there was a lot of court watching.
It's like, you know what? I didn't want to like insinuate that I was a doctor. I just had a fucking mask on. I was cooking ramen.
Right.
You know?
He likes to wear scrubs because
Yeah.
they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who can tell who's a doctor now? Everybody's wearing a mask anyway.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I didn't say I was a doctor.
Right.
He's like, or
Sick
should I
facts.
call you a doctor?
Hang out with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so check this out. You know, like at sporting events now, they don't want to do like kiss cams and everything because we're in a pandemic, right?
Yeah.
So they came up with a hand sanitizer cam. Have you seen this?
Uh-oh.
Like, I don't know how this gets to the point where it actually goes to air and somebody doesn't say, oh, that's a bad idea. Hold on, watch this.
It's kind of hot though, right?
I mean, I'm getting oddly aroused, yeah. I got like a half a chub going on right now.
Yeah, it looks like a Bukkake film.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
It was blasting her right in the face. Oh, look. It's on her face.
All right, that just struck me as funny.
I think
That
they
is
should
funny.
change from the pump and just use a hand tube.
Yeah, that would be better, right?
Just
Like a
squirt
turkey
on.
baster.
Yes.
Yeah. And do it real life. Have a drum.
Come here, get your hand sanitized. Come here.
Then have a drum that just
Grab the
flies
back of the
around.
neck. Turkey baster.
The drum flies around and blasts girls in the face with fucking shots of hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Put your hands up.
So, yeah, this whole coming to America
Yeah.
dropped on March 5th, which was Friday, 2 days before our birthday.
And how excited were we?
Talked about watching it. Now, I don't know if I want to watch it because apparently maybe it's not that good.
Well, you know what? It's like when they made the first one, they were in their prime. They were at their peak.
Yeah, but I didn't
For
think
the
Eddie
skills.
Murphy would do it if it wasn't going to be good.
Right. I hope it's not bad writing.
And there's like a ton of comedians in it, right? I mean,
Yeah,
a
there's
ton.
the who's list of in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like maybe it's
Leslie
one of those
Jones, I
movies
guess,
that
yeah.
just gets funnier the more you watch it, and everybody's only seen it once so far.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember the first time I saw it, but I don't remember thinking it was bad the first time I saw it.
I think it
right?
became one of the
Come
first
to
movies
America?
that we would
It
quote.
is,
Oh, it's
it definitely
hilarious.
is one of those movies though that gets better the more
Yeah.
times you watch
Your
it.
royal
right.
penis is clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's one of the first movies we would start quoting. You know, like that and Harlem Nights and
Hollywood Nights.
Hollywood Nights.
Hollywood Nights and Harlem Nights. Like, what if you had to choose
I
only
know.
one of those two?
Only one?
That'd be hard, right?
Well,
Really
you
would
know,
be.
I started working on the prequel to that, Hollywood Nights.
Yeah, nobody cares. I think Harlem Nights is the better movie, but I think
Sorry.
Hollywood Nights
Right.
like kind of hits more in our wheelhouse because we were onto that so early.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hey,
New bomb turret for president.
you thirsty, man? Why don't you try some punch?
Have some punch.
Have some fun.
That's a little wang in it.
My dick was in.
Might
the-
get
Get away from the punch.
Might have some
He's
more.
looking for somebody
He's
named
looking
Dick.
for somebody named Dick. Yeah.
The Newborn Turk
you poor,
Memorial.
you poor muzzled dog, you. But you bark too much. I can't take it off until after the podcast.
Minnie Sue is watching.
Can't take
Peace,
it off until
Mindy.
the podcast.
And we got a special guest on the podcast today.
This is Jax. Jax is the new podcast mascot, and he looks so sad. But if I took this mask off him, he would bark.
Bark, bark.
Yeah.
Which he's just using his voice, but right now it's.
I was told by Barb and the kids that all I had to do was open the crate, and he would jump in there, and he would be quiet and good. And I opened that crate, and he's like, "You get in there? I'm not. Fuck you. I'm not going in there."
Right?
Heck no, this is a new place, new faces. I'm out.
He's not taking your fucking turn, dude.
And if my fucking ex-wife asked me to take care of a fucking dog while she and her boyfriend went to Honolulu, I tell her to go fuck herself. Why can't you?
That's real funny, man.
What?
Her husband died. You're going to California to
First of
sprinkle
all,
ashes.
dude,
You're
you
gonna
don't
pull
have
some
an
shit like that.
Secondly, this is a fucking show dog.
That's pretty insensitive, man.
Yeah, I didn't think of it like
You're
that.
canceled, motherfucker.
I know. I didn't. There was no mean intentions there whatsoever.
No, we didn't. You know, he really reminds me of Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. He's a good dog.
Yeah,
He's definitely a good dog.
He's got that lockjaw because I guess he's part pit bull, and so they got to keep that muzzle on 24/7. They got to feed him to his nose. They grind up shit in a blender and fucking take a straw and spit it.
He would try to eat you if we took this off of him.
Yeah.
Right.
He's ate 4 people already today.
Yeah.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
Love the suit.
All right.
Remember
look,
that?
Jax, you've got 37 more minutes to wear the mask. Okay, and then we'll take it off, and you can bark all you want.
So apparently he can't bark with the mask on. Is that a way to keep him silent?
Right.
Well, I think he just feels humility, and
Yeah.
he just decides,
'Cause,
I don't want to draw attention to myself.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit here with the mask on, silent.
Because when you left earlier, he was barking for like the first 10 minutes, but you know what? That didn't bother me at all. You know?
Well, here's the
Like
thing.
the sound of a baby crying.
Is that I'm pretty sure when he's at Barb's, they're constantly like, "Oh, he needs this, he needs that," right?
Yeah.
Like I took him down to the shop today, or when he came over to the shop today, like after they left, like he barked at me a couple times, like "Fuck, I'm working." I just kind of ignored him.
Yeah.
And he just sat down and was good, like, and then check this out. So they drove up to Chicago because they were flying out of Chicago to go to California, and I get a call from Alex. She's like, "Guess what? I don't have my wallet." She's like, so I went over and I found
Dude,
it.
she travels all around the world. How could she make such a mistake like that?
I don't know. It was in her car. So I was going to drive to Pontiac and meet her there so she can get back up there, but she figured, I guess, there wasn't going to be enough time no matter what. So I didn't have to go to Pontiac, but she came here and picked up the wallet. And then they just, they changed her flight time to 8 o'clock. So Cassie and Barb flew out at, 4:30 or whatever.
So she figured it out.
Yeah, so she's going to meet them there. But when Alex got back to the shop, and then Jack started acting up again. I'm like,
that's when she was here.
I see what's going on.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, they sit around and they're like, "Oh, Jax needs this, Jax needs that," like constantly trying to entertain him. Like, just ignore him for a little bit. He's fine, right?
Well, it's probably a little bit different living with 3 girls instead of 2 dudes.
Yeah.
Now he's just one of the boys.
Yeah. Chill.
Here's a story.
Sorry, not playing dress up and feeding you bologna.
He needs a skirt.
That's the last thing I think he needs.
So Steve came over this weekend and we watched some fights.
Pretty good fights too.
You
know what? I thought a lot of them were not eventful. It just, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it as much as the last fights we had.
Well, there wasn't as big a names, I think. Sometimes there's bigger build up for the names. Like, for example,
I mean, there were 3 title fights. I mean, how many fucking names do you want?
What's up, Lawrence Miller? Mueller, I think I'm saying that right?
Yeah. I sold her house in Pontiac. Now I think she's moved down to Florida, but she
moved
chooses
to
a lot.
Florida.
Yeah.
We wouldn't mind coming to Florida. And
Lawrence
doing a podcast
Muller, M-U-E-L-R, and her. Check this out. So her name is Lawrence. I think I'm saying it right. Lawrence Muller, and her husband's name is Terrence Muller.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But she was Bloomington High School. I think she was 2 years behind me. I think she was class of 80 or maybe 90. I think. But yeah, she contacted me and put her house up on the market, and we sold it. It was a beautiful house in Pontiac. Like it was, I guess it's west of Pontiac. Maybe west? Yeah. About 2 miles from the interstate, but huge open concept, big glass windows that face south, so you get a kind of natural light.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful house, yeah. You know?
That's good. And they put it in
Yeah.
Pontiac.
Yeah, well, outside of Pontiac.
Well, it might be like close to Odell, because that's where that's like a little bit east of Pontiac, and I think south.
No, it's further north.
Is it?
Oh, further north
where,
where the farmer
where Sarah
on
Dunlap's
Odell.
The farmer and Odell, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I say every time I drive by Odell. The farmer and Odell. The farmer and Odell. Or maybe it's Odell. Do you think they pronounce it Odell in Odell? Or Odell? You know, in Leroy, they pronounce it Leroy, but it's Leroy, but they pronounce it Leroy.
Apparently, if you live there, they actually call them Odellians. And the way you say hi when you're communicating with another Odellian, you go, Ole, hee-hoo! So you got all these people like doing that back and forth to one another. Apparently, they can only understand one another when they do it to one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what
doing it to one
that's what the
another?
Odellians do.
Okay.
Odellians.
Is this your attempt at improv?
They would fit right in with the gaping nose.
Did I fail? Did I fail?
No, you're right. Wasn't that bad.
It was a good stretch because I was believing it. It's like cookies.
Yeah. If everything I said was true, you tell me.
So we started off talking about Meghan Markle. Did you see her interview
Markle.
with Oprah?
I've seen outtakes of it, but the whole thing's 4
Oh, I
hours.
love me
And
some
also the
Oprah.
idea of the idea of our son not being safe, and also the idea of the first member of color in this family not being titled in the same way
Is that a
that
stab on the
other
gingers?
grandchildren would be.
Meghan Markle's conversation with Oprah Winfrey was nothing short of shocking, especially when she revealed that along with her son Archie being denied a royal title and security, there were concerns and conversations about the color of his skin before he was even born.
In those months when I was pregnant, all around this same time, so we had in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What? However, when an astonished Oprah asked Meghan who made the comment, she declined to answer.
There's a conversation with you
With Harry.
about how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
And you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
Dude, Charles looks horrible. And who
So
wouldn't want?
wait. The royal family's racist? Like, are we surprised?
Well, you know what? It's
First
like,
of all, wait. Meghan Markle's not white. I didn't know.
No, yeah, her mother's totally, I think, African American. Like, you
I
can
didn't
tell
know.
she's obviously black, but I mean, she's
Oh.
gorgeous, right?
Yeah,
Who wouldn't want her skin tone?
She's great, yeah. But I look at her and I don't see like, oh, that's a black person.
Yeah, she definitely is.
I thought it was just
Yeah.
a stab because there's really not too many whiter people other than myself besides Prince Harry and Andrew, right?
Yeah, they're pretty white. They're pretty white. But that is, I mean,
And let's
that's
be
pretty
honest,
fucked up, right?
royal families
Right,
have been
you know
inbred
what?
for thousands of years, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're inbreeding anymore.
Dude, you know what?
Possibly,
Kudos
possibly.
to Harry for
I'm
getting
not
out
saying
and
that
having
they
the
are,
courage.
God save the Queen.
Yeah, for Harry to have the courage to like leave his throne for this lady that he's in love with.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Let's not feel too sorry for him. I think they gave him $20 million when he left. So.
Oh,
And
well,
you know, we were talking about the coming to America too. Prince Harry is going to be in Spike Lee joint. It's actually Jungle Fever 2.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's true story.
It's funny.
You know, I know what Meghan Markle's doing. She's releasing a $5 skin product, like a skincare line.
Yeah.
And I guess the Queen is just fucking up in arms about it. Like, no, you can't use our monarchy for that, but I hope she makes millions.
I don't know which side to take here because.
Oh, dude, she's having a skin line, and they're criticizing her for her skin tone?
Well, I'm talking about, okay, when, was it Harry and Meghan, is that who it is? I'm not big up on the royals, but so they left, and like, they kind of said it was because they were being controlled, they weren't like into everything they wanted them to do, and then like, the royal family put out this big press conference and said, well, Meghan Markle was a bitch, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you know how all that went down,
Yeah,
right? And they're like,
yeah.
she treated the staff like shit. I don't, that doesn't seem to be true to me. I think that was a spin for the royal
I think she would
family,
be the
but
most humble person in the castle.
it's not that humble because if you listen to her tell a story about having to curtsy for the queen,
Yeah.
curtsy? Is it curtsy?
Yeah, Kersey.
Curtsy, and she's like,
Andre.
oh, she's like, I didn't think I would have to do that. Like, I understand, like, we do that, like, in public, but, like, in private, we do that, too. Like, she was, like, shocked that she would have to do that. I'm like, well, you know, it's fucking part of the tradition. You just do it. Like,
is
she
the
was like,
queen.
she was kind of like, well, I don't think I should have to do that. Like, well, you married in that family, you know.
Yeah. It's kind of like kissing Elvis's pinky ring whenever you meet him.
Yeah, or he makes you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you have
Peanut
to
butter,
put
banana, jelly, yeah.
But he's the king, you know, it's Elvis. You gotta
What
do
goes
it.
in the drawing room stays in the drawing room.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, can we just be done with this royal family shit? I mean, it's only a thing because assholes that sit around and watch celebrity gossip all day make it a thing. Like, it should just cease to exist, in my opinion.
Well, you know what?
No more
maybe
royal
it's-
family.
You know what? Maybe it's on its way out.
Hashtag no more royal family.
Eventually, they're gonna get fucking canceled too.
Right. I mean, we don't
Just
have
like,
to kill them. We don't
just
have to. We don't have to 86 them.
Not like Henry the Ninth and Antoinette, Marie Antoinette. Is that who that was?
Off with her head.
Yeah. And you know what? I guess when she said "let them eat cake," that's a very big misinterpretation of what cake means now. It's like they would consider la gondola bread cake. It's any amount of any bread that has more than 10% sugar in it. They would call cake. So I don't know if you know the whole story about her said "let
I
them
feel
eat
like
cake."
I just got dumber. I don't know why. I
Right.
learned
Yeah,
something and actually.
Well,
felt
you
like
don't know
I
the
got
whole
dumber.
the whole.
And so it wasn't cake; it was bread. So she said, "Let them eat bread." Oh, that's not as bad. That's
Right.
much better.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing was,
That's what everybody's eating back then.
they had this big ass party where they had all this cake or bread or whatever, right? And the people were starving, and she's like, "Well, just let them eat that fucking bread that we
Right.
bought for them." It's still bad either way.
Okay.
You heard about your boy LeBron James?
LeBron James. What did he do?
LeBron.
I bet something positive.
Hey, LeBron, you a punk ass?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Let's have an open mind. Let's go into this. Let's see
Okay.
what LeBron's talking about. Now, I guess he was asked if he was going. I don't think this is in here, so I'll set this up for you. I guess he was asked if him and his family were going to get the COVID vaccine.
That's a conversation that my family and I would have, and pretty much probably keep that to a private thing. Obviously, I've seen, Adam had his comments about, the vaccination and whatnot, but, things like that, when you decide to do something, I think that's a conversation between you and your family and not for everybody.
I don't have a problem with that.
No, me neither. Matter of fact, dude, if they're gonna give me one, I would give it to LeBron. That's what kind of guy I am, though.
Well, people are trying to make that into a big thing, like, oh, he should have said he was going to get one because you need to like push this message of vaccines. I'm like,
Right, it's just none of your business.
That was a pretty good answer for me.
Yeah.
I don't need to know.
It was beautiful. It's like he wasn't dismissive. He was just like, it's like, well,
People will make much to do about nothing.
I think the fact that they asked him the question was racist.
It was. Let's cancel whoever asked that.
Yeah, because the only reason they asked him is because, again, he is, a good role model for the black African American community, obviously.
He's a good role model for everybody.
And if he, especially, the government is worried that the African American people will not want to get the vaccine because how the government has done them in the past, the old Tuskegee Airmen, when they made the, Trail of Tears for the Indians. Here, take these small
Here's a blanket. Here's a blanket. It'll help you out.
Well, it's like I don't think LeBron's in his prime. What is he, like 7 foot tall, and he's a super athlete. He's an athlete of athletes. I don't think he's in the risk range. So
he's probably already had stem
we don't even
cells.
need to have that conversation.
He's immune on a totally different.
Right. He might have had it and already shook it.
He probably had it and dropped a 50-point game on your ass.
Right. No shit.
Yeah, let's
He's
not
superhuman, right?
Let's not look to superhuman athletes to push out this idea that everybody should be vaccinated. He's like, yeah, I'll talk to my family about it. and we'll decide, but I'm not gonna put that on public. I'm like, good, cool.
Right.
That's it, yeah, that's a good answer.
That's so much better than saying your fucking business.
Yeah.
You know?
But, you know, what about all the people that as soon as they hear that you're not getting a vaccination, they're like, oh, you know, like you're
Well,
all
I
of a
think
sudden going to be contagious forever.
we reach herd immunity, I think between 65 and 70%, and that doesn't mean that the virus goes away. It just means that it really can't keep spreading because there's enough people are vaccinated, right? So we'll get there, man. I think midsummer
What's up,
or
Roy Rambo?
definitely by the fall, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be out of this. Weird things can happen. The
Right.
virus could change, mutate.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not out of the woods yet, right?
Mhm.
There are weird things that can happen, but I'm
We
hopeful.
potentially don't even know what's going to happen from these vaccines 10 years from now.
That's true too.
You know,
What are the long-term implications? We don't know because the vaccine is probably about what 3-4 months old. 2?
Yeah.
No, probably more like 1 or 2.
So you know what? Somebody could create another
Around December when they
create
start.
another horrible plague or whatever. And who knows? You know, I've heard that Hong Kong is the most beautiful city. It's been destroyed twice in the past 100 years. It's
Singapore's pretty nice.
Maybe this is the way of the Earth correcting itself. You need to shake off like 25% of the population.
Wait, you said Hong Kong was destroyed twice?
Yeah, I think in the past 100 years. Yeah.
In the past 100 years?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Echo. How many times has Hong Kong been destroyed in the past 100 years?
Oh, she's never gonna be able to answer that.
I don't have an answer for that.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Echo. What's the history of Hong Kong and destruction? No.
Here's something I found on the web.
Bam.
According to TimeToast.com,
Like a chip
in
went in from the
1962, Typhoon Wanda affected Hong Kong, causing 130 deaths.
That's wiped out.
Yeah, that's not total
Glad to
destruction
hear
though.
it.
Echo, keep going.
I think
Sorry, there is nothing for me to resume.
I think Echo was pretty bad when she said, glad to hear that.
Yeah.
130 deaths and saying, glad to hear it.
Was that like a? Did you say there was a typhoon? Is that what we call a tsunami nowadays?
And this has been Austin Talks to Echo again.
Yeah.
Isn't typhoon like a water
I think it's the.
tornado?
I think it's what a hurricane is on the other side of the world.
I thought it was a rich white man.
Yeah. Like a roller coaster type thing.
Did you guys see the tornado in the ocean that was coming up on this like huge building, and right before it gets to it, it just fucking disappears.
Wait, there's a building in the ocean?
No, it's on an island, but this dude, there's like this skyscraper, and this tornado's coming right at it, and just for some reason, right before it gets to it, maybe because the skyscraper itself, it
What
just
would I
disappears.
search on YouTube?
Do a tornado, ocean, and island. And probably skyscraper. No, you'll find it with this. Because it's something
Beach,
that I...
NC, North Carolina, maybe?
Yeah, it might have been. No, that's not it.
Alright, let's take beach NC out of it. Let's make island into island.
You almost close your eyes right before it get ready to hit it. And then,
Yep, not finding it.
How about
That's
water?
it right there, maybe.
Right
Water
here.
tornado.
Yeah, it could be water tornado.
Yeah, tornadoes don't happen over the ocean. do
Yeah,
they?
what are they called? Typhoons? Is that what it is?
I don't know. It doesn't say here. Apparently there's no sound in this video.
Yeah.
Is this it?
No, it's not. It looks like a long...
Well, that's what happens when we go off script.
Right?
Yep.
What else you got?
I've got, the only other things I got are a couple accidents caught on tape. I didn't have a lot of chance to,
A lot of chance?
I didn't have a lot of chance to look for
A lot
stuff
of time?
to talk about today.
Maybe?
This is pretty good footage though. Ooh, see that?
Yeah.
What the
see
fuck?
that? See that again.
Oh!
That guy's having a bad day.
Dude,
It's not my day.
Dude, shit like that's gotta happen all the time. Cause, you ever see like
Let's see that
trains?
one more time.
Dude, trains in Vietnam will have people hanging off them.
What
you know?
was that guy thinking though?
He's
Like he
going the wrong way.
He jumped over the median here. So, oh,
Yeah. Oh, dude, his leg snapped. Did you hear him? That's what the noise you hear are his legs breaking.
Who knows what that was?
Listen,
that could have just been.
turn it up.
That could have been his skull on
Dude,
the
turn it
window.
up. No, it sounds like legs breaking to me.
Yeah, could have been glass.
Turn it up. Oh yeah, that's.
The worst thing about that
That's gonna leave a
is
mark.
he spilled the milk.
Do you have milk?
No, I'm just.
Oh,
I mean, did he just not see it?
Maybe he's blind.
Yeah, it could be.
Is he on skates?
Dude,
or something?
remember?
He's on a scooter, right?
No, he was on his feet.
Dude, me and MJ coming home from our birthday dinner witnessed a horrible accident where a car was fucking T-boned, and she was probably going like 50 miles an hour. But dude, we saw it in slow motion, and it really did like unfold like that, like.
Yeah, the weird thing about that is like I just knew it was gonna happen, right? Like once
Yeah.
I saw the car lighted up,
I'm
and
just
there's
like, no!
There's this other car coming. I'm
Dude,
like, she doesn't see him.
And guess what MJ does?
Oh, hit the lights on.
He throws it in park and fucking runs
What the
to
fuck
the
am I
car.
doing? I didn't run to it. Shut the fuck up. Turn the lights on. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you did.
He's a hero.
Dude, I didn't even get out of the car until you were already over there with
I
the.
walked to it, calm and collected.
He doesn't run
No,
away
you
from
don't. No, no.
danger. He runs towards the danger.
Yeah, but yeah, that was definitely the most horrific accident I've ever seen in person.
Was anybody injured?
You know what? The lady, when she got out of her car, well, she could get out at first, but eventually they got her out of there, and she was walking around and talking. I guess her mom and daughter ended up there or something. And then there was a cop, female cop. She was out trying to help everybody. So no, I think everybody was all right. But
You should have popped in with the camera and been like, "Can you be on the segment? This ain't my day. Just look at us and say, this ain't my day."
here's the thing, though. When it happened, motherfuckers, that's fucked up, man.
You know what? But to think, I've rolled up on accidents like that before, but I've never.
Don't people know not to call me between 6 and 7?
Yep, and that's what I'm gonna tell this asshole right now. Is it your pimp?
No. That's the guy I work in the deal with.
So it's all right.
What was I gonna say?
Anyway, I was saying it's like I've rolled up on accidents like that before, but I've never actually witnessed one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what was going through my head when I got out of the car though?
What's that?
Is like,
this lady could be dead?
No, I didn't think that. Do I go and help, or do I grab my camera and document?
You should have told me it's like fucking film this.
I mean, I was like, no, there's potentially a human life here that needs help. Like, just don't even fuck with the camera, right?
Because right when you got up to the car, I think she was just like starting to realize what was going on.
Yeah.
She's like, "What happened?" Like,
yeah.
Mildly concussed.
Yeah, I don't think if she saw the cop, it was like right before she hit her, right? And she probably never saw her.
because MJ, you had such a better look at the cop flying down the road, and you actually started to go too, and you're like, whoa, 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 like.
Well, here's the thing: is like our light turned green. I started
Yeah.
to go, and I think that's when she lit up her lights. And she was, we're at Clinton Street,
And she's
crossing
cruising east on
Washington.
Washington, yeah.
And she was probably about 3/4 of a block up. Hit the lights. I'm like, oh, okay,
About
you
50,
just hit
yeah.
the lights. I stopped, halfway into the intersection. Not even halfway, just a little bit into the intersection. And she lights it up. She's coming, and there's another car coming up Clinton towards us, right?
Who's
And I
got
was
so
like,
much
oh,
less
shit.
of a view of her than we do.
Right. I was like, she doesn't
Yeah.
see her, like, and I'm like,
The light had just turned green,
this
so
shit is not gonna end well. And then just like,
boom,
and then that car
Hit a cop, huh?
cop hit her.
Cop hit her.
Yeah.
She hopped out though. She was a trooper.
Yeah, that cop was a trooper.
Yeah, no, but she was she wanted to make sure that lady was okay. That was her like main concern.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a lawsuit for
She
the
was
city.
struggling. I'm like, officer, you probably need to sit down and take a few breaths yourself. Like,
Right.
everybody's all right here. Just take a deep breath.
You asked me to hold her gun. Here, let me hold your gun. You sit down.
Did her airbag employ
What'd you call
the
it?
cops?
I don't know.
I know the front of her car was totally destroyed. And
Yeah,
you know what?
so-
I didn't see a mark on the window shield. If she hit somebody going 50, she definitely would have hit the window shield. So.
Well, no,
She must
not
have
now she had her seatbelt on.
So her seatbelt and an airbag. I'm thinking, right?
Yeah. So I know the side airbags deployed in the car that was hit.
Yeah.
Civilian car.
Yeah, I'd
that
never
was
seen
hit.
that before.
I think she had 2 fun bags as well.
Yeah. But thank goodness everybody was alive. Everybody was fine.
Because of technology, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably because of crumple zones and car technology and shit's come a long way, baby. You know what I'm saying?
If that would happen with a
love
car in the
crumple
80s,
zones.
if that would happen with a car in the 80s, she'd been done. You know?
Probably.
The difference being is that they were so well built back then, like when them bumpers were
Yeah,
steel
I
and
mean,
chrome and the steel was
maybe
twice
with
as
heavier
thick.
metal, but not as good as of technology and crumple zones and airbags and, you know.
Well, I'm gonna give you an example. One time there was an ice storm and I was following a friend of mine. I had a 1990 something Ford Escort, so it had the plastic bumpers, plastic front end, and
Oh, that Escort your mom used to drive around?
it was one of those Escorts.
She had an Escort, then she had a Mercury Lynx or something? What was it, a Lynx?
Yeah, this
But,
was
it was an Escort, basically an Escort, just a Mercury
Same thing,
Escort.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, but remember didn't you used to steal that and drive us around when you were like 16?
Allegedly, but anyhow, this was like a newer one. It was when I was
It's like an 86.
married
the
and
first
stuff,
one
and
your
I
mom
was
had.
following Dennis home from work, and he had a '73 Impala with a steel bumper. Now, like you, when you're getting in an accident, it kind of happens slow motion. You've kind of seen it, what was going on slow motion, even though it wasn't your accident. And I could see him sliding, and then all of a sudden I seen him hit a dry spot to where he stopped. And I knew that my car was still sliding, and that the only way I was going to stop is by hitting the back of his car. Didn't do a thing to his car, caused about $1,500 of damage to mine.
In today's dollars, that'd be like $5,000.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they would have told me.
Railing coat.
You know, I mean, it was a Ford Escort.
Yeah, I mean, you just replace those, you don't
Yeah.
really even fix it.
Yeah. Well, you remember the Yugo?
Yeah.
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 It, I think the sticker
K
price
car?
was $39.95.
K car?
K cars?
Yeah.
Dodge Series K?
But a new car, wasn't it $3,995 or something?
Yeah, and those were crappy cars.
You go, I bet. You know what? Isn't there a movie where they have nothing but Yugos? I think it's like on an island, and it's got Casey Affleck in it, and
That was
it's a great movie. And Yugos are like one of the themes of it. Any of you lunatics know what I'm talking about? Please let me know. But maybe John Travolta's in it, or
Didn't
Danny DeVito.
Weren't those cars, when we're speaking of safety, weren't they like super dangerous and like if you wrecked them, they were just like.
You know what? I heard the same thing about our Fieros. They used to call them coffin on wheels. But,
Well, they used to catch on fire, right?
They would, yeah.
Yeah, but I love driving that car.
Yeah, well, you never got hit from behind in that car either.
Right. I guess the gas tank was behind the seat, huh?
Most gas tanks are, but the engine was behind the seat. That was the problem.
Oh yeah, that's the heaviest thing in the car. It'd come right through, huh? And like
That's what she said.
cut your head off.
So, I've got, the only other thing that I have, we're getting close to the end here, but somewhere in Bolivia, there's, I don't know what's going on, these students are all gathering and
I love their watches.
somehow a railing gives way and like, I think 5 people fall to their death.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, 3 more injured, something like that.
They had no idea that was going to happen either, did they?
I think they kind of knew.
The railing collapsed at El Alto Public University on Tuesday, killing at least 5 people. A video footage shows a large group of students gathered on a crowded balcony when the railing gives way and students fall, some to their deaths. 8 people fell when the railing collapsed and 5 were pronounced dead at the scene, while 3 others were transferred to local hospitals. Students had been involved in a heated student meeting at University in which some
Like, no, don't push me against this rail.
That was awful.
Yeah, that was bad. I just
Yeah,
figured-
thanks, Tim Jack.
I just figured I'd ruin your guys' lives for a minute right there.
Well, and the fact that you know that the one person that went over like that goner,
Yep. You know what the last thing that went through his head was?
asshole.
His asshole. Yeah, that's right.
That's a fly hitting a car window shield, right?
Yeah. You could say that about that, yeah.
Right.
Well, when we first seen it, I'm like, oh, that's not that bad.
You know, you
It's
think-
just-
you think
and then all of a
that-
sudden they pan back and you see it's like 5
Right.
stories
Yeah,
up.
you
It's
should
like,
realize it wasn't just the
oh.
one story, it was like,
Oh.
like
Yeah.
it was like an atrium type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, the
Like,
perfect height. I think you'd probably take be about an 8-minute fucking just treacherous death. You know?
8 minute.
Yeah, it's like, it wouldn't be instant.
It might be insane.
No, you fall that far, you hit the ground, you're dead.
Well,
Yeah, it depends on,
I was kinda hoping
you know,
for
like
treachery
how
in
you
this
hit
one.
it. Like head first, bam, goner. You know what I mean?
like maybe 12 minutes. It would take 12 minutes to die from a fall like that.
What? You're crazy.
It depends on how you land, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. You hit the ground, You know,
Dude, I've heard of people jumping from planes and their parachutes failing, and they still live.
Yeah, well, maybe they land on like soft ground or something. They land on a concrete floor.
Remember
And
that?
if you fall from more than 40 feet, you're dead.
Dude, we should go out with that skit of Bill Burr, and the helicopter skit.
Though we get pulled for that, wouldn't we?
I don't know.
We should get 3 or 4 people.
Not if we comment on
we should
it
find
while we're
out
doing
what
it.
the limit is. You know, like what's the safe, how far can you fall safely? You know, get 3 or 4 volunteers. Any lunatics want to volunteer?
I'm gonna say 20 meters.
20
What? How many?
60
What is
feet.
that in feet? I don't know.
60, 90 feet?
60.
Well, meters are 3 feet, right?
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
So 20 be 60. Okay.
Yeah. There's no way you don't live after 60 feet for sure. It's probably more like 40 feet.
Right. You know, it's so much better to fall from thousands of feet than like 40 feet because at least you have time to pull a parachute or something. You know.
Get all your plans in
If you
order.
got one.
Think about this though.
Text a friend maybe.
If you fall from 60 feet though, let's say it's an instant death, but you have a good life, everything's good, and it's just that last like second and a half of your life that's terrifying, and then you're out.
Yeah, it's
I
like
would rather do that than
Than
have
fall
a
from
disease
15 feet?
than have a disease and
Right.
die for like 5 years. I would rather my life's really good, I'm out
Yeah.
there partying, and all of a sudden, oh fuck, ah, boom, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Right?
This ain't my day, but you ain't gonna be allowed.
Or in the Bill Burr skit about like, oh, I forgot to tell you, and then the guy lives like,
Yeah.
oh, this is so much worse.
Dude, let's play that and talk about it. The
You
cartoon?
want to know what I told?
Has Steve seen this?
Told a guy today.
You can ask him, he's right there.
He was talking about, yes, I have. He was talking about getting his second shot, and I'm like, oh man, I heard one of the side effects for that second shot was that you grow female breasts. And he just like looked at me.
I guess he doesn't watch the podcast.
Why is that? Because we would have warned him, right?
Dude, you know what? I know the kids were critical about my fucking my crooked teeth and how they used to make fun of me. It's like, so I can imagine what it would be like to be a kid my age that had tits.
Orange County, right?
Right.
Then in Orange County, California, this guy
We gotta talk over this
30
stuff.
years.
This is a great skit.
Hands the business off to his son. The American
Good,
dream.
love it.
I built it up for 30 years. Here you go, son.
So he hands the business over to the son.
Yeah.
I think it's like in the first week that the son has the business, right?
Yeah. Some guy
He's
calls up.
supposed to give a tour to a couple. Only the dude shows up.
Only the dude
The
shows
kid
up.
thought it was weird. But like, I need the money. I gotta give him a tour.
Fuck you, cancer. You don't decide. I decide. They're like, by the way, this
Hero.
guy's my hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the county's got 6,000 miles of beach.
Did I ever tell you, like,
The balloons and the cake.
I took, I went to Chicago years ago to see Bill Burr live, and I took this girl that I'd only like gone out with once or twice, and he told this bit, and like I was laughing, like it's one of those
You were
moments,
laughing so hard
one
you
of those
embarrassed
rare
her?
moments in life that I couldn't stop laughing. Like
Yeah.
I was even trying to, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was like, "It's not funny. Like I don't know why you're laughing." Like, and it ruined the whole fucking night for me.
Yeah,
Like,
no
I was
shit.
like even like when we got back to the hotel, I'm like, I'm not even gonna have sex with you tonight. Like
Yeah.
I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Like that was like
I
one
hope
of the
you
most.
forced yourself to.
No, I didn't. That was one of the most amazing moments of my life. I got to see Bill Burr live. First time I've ever seen that bit, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
And she fucking ruined it.
Dude, that happened to me with I was on a first date with this girl named Pam Brown, who went to see Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah.
And there was one part in Miss Doubtfire where I was laughing so hard, she looked at me and she told me she was embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like, it ruined it. I don't think I had sex with her that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know exactly what you're talking about. It just fucking totally crushed my entire evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it's one of the best nights of my life.
Yeah.
I'm laughing my ass off, and all
And
of
you
a
look
sudden,
at me and say, no.
you're the fucking buzzkill.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, we're in a comedy show.
Right.
If there's one place that you're supposed to laugh, it's a comedy show.
Right.
You know who would never do that?
Vinny Sue.
The incomparable Vinny Sue would never do that. He would never do that. Wait, why are you laughing?
Should be
We're in a
laughing.
comedy show, for Christ's sake.
Should be laughing because you're laughing louder than you're laughing. You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, this is one of the funniest bits ever. Too.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of like when you love somebody and you really enjoy something, you can't wait to share it with them, and like you almost get the enjoyment of them enjoying it with you, and it's like almost like watching it for the first time all over again. That's why it's good to surround yourself with people that you care about, because you enjoy their experiences of your experiences.
So check this out. This last summer, this was on a Wednesday, probably, I think, I'm in a ballpark. I think it was like June, maybe July. And I'm listening to the Adam Carolla podcast. He's talking about, Dave Chappelle is doing these pop-up comedy shows in Ohio. And like, everything else has been canceled. These are outdoor shows and they're social distancing and they're doing like comedy shows. So I jump on the internet and I type in Dave Chappelle comedy shows. And I'm like, oh yeah. Yellow Springs, Ohio, and I click on it, and I look at it, and like tickets go on sale in 30 minutes. So I was like, holy shit.
So that's how you and Minnie Sue ended up watching Dave Chappelle in the
I was like,
cornfield.
holy shit, like, and I texted Minnie Sue right away. I'm like, hey, if I could get tickets to see Dave Chappelle this Saturday, and this is Wednesday, would you go? And she was like, you're goddamn right I would. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm buying these tickets, and it was like, I didn't realize, like, there's probably like 250 people there, so these tickets were really hard to get, right? And they were like, I think they were like $250 a piece. But once they went on sale, I like kept clicking. I'm like, oh,
no shit.
No, you're not getting in. Like a half an hour, like not getting in. I'm like, I was about ready to give up. And all of a sudden, oh, I'm in. And you can only buy 2 tickets. Bought the 2 tickets and we went, dude. It was one of the best.
That's awesome.
The best. Experiences, right? Because we were starved for comedy at the time,
right? I've heard of these pop-up restaurants, and he was kind of going by that theme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had Donnell Rawlings was there. Michelle Wolf. I'm gonna miss a few of the names, but man, there was like.
Was Letterman there?
Andy Letterman.
Yeah.
There was like 6 comics that we had never seen before.
Yeah.
And fucking Dave fucking Chappelle. But if I had one complaint, because Dave Chappelle was kind of MC'd the thing. Like he would come out and tell a few jokes in between. I'm like, I wanted more Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
But that's being nitpicky, right? We
Yeah.
got to see a comedy show in the middle of a pandemic, and it was fucking amazing.
Was it in the middle of a cornfield?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
After the
Good times.
comedy store was over, or the comedy show, I should say, was over, did you take off clothes and run naked backwards in cornfield?
Damn right I did.
If you know what's cool about that is Chappelle, you know what, I bet he got that whole thing arranged with like 5 phone calls.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is what I want to do, set it up, you know?
Weren't his neighbors pissed about that?
Yeah. There were people that were pissed because it was loud. It was like, and you have to realize there weren't any houses within probably at least 3/4 of a mile around. But there were people that could hear it because it was, open air, and they were complaining.
Oh, God forbid, you know?
Oh, if I step outside, I can hear a comedy show tonight.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man.
Or I can just
what
take a
kind
lawn
of world
chair.
am I living in?
I could take a lawn chair and just go set up right behind him.
I would be sitting outside every night,
Yeah.
man. Come on.
Did he do it just one night, or was it several nights?
He did it like every weekend for like 2 months, I think.
No shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave Chappelle.
Dude, you can't tell me that probably 50% of the crowd wasn't fucking just local people coming, setting up lawn chairs and having a good time.
No.
watching it.
You couldn't get anywhere near the place.
Are you
if you didn't
kidding?
have a ticket. No.
Oh.
No. I mean, you could sit close enough to hear it,
Yeah.
but yeah, because you had to drive down a long dirt road, and then you had to like walk another 3/4 of a mile to get
No
to this.
shit, huh?
It was seriously like a clearing. Well, there were cornfields all around, but then there were like a lot of trees, and then like you walked through this, and then you got to this clearing where everything was. There was like, I think it was like a wedding chapel. Like they had it set up like, where they would have weddings here, right?
Yeah.
But Dave Chappelle found it, and he's like, we could use that stage. We can set up chairs to where everybody's 6 feet apart, and we can get like, there couldn't have been more than 300 people in there.
Right.
And it was a.
That's so fucking cool, though.
It was fun.
Did they make you turn in your phones?
Yeah, you had to lock the phones up.
Okay.
Yep. All right, that's it. Moon Club Podcast
Peace
number
out.
236. We out.
236 in your motherfucking ass.
Later, lunatics. Just
confusing you?
This big ass peanut butter cup.